Fiesta más grande en Belice.
Está llegando,
Es el día de fiesta y de baile.
se está aproximando,
La fiesta de nuestra gente.
estaremos celebrando,
La gente hispana y hermosa.
estarán bailando,
El Rotaract aquí en Orange Rock.
se está preparando,
Música alegre y bonita.
estarán disfrutando,
Lucio y todos sus niños
orgullo de nuestra raza,
alegran a donde vayan.
con sabor y alegría,
Fiesta y baile.
gozar,
Baile y fiesta.
en Orange Rock,
También hay fiesta.
la ciudad.
Santa Elena.
Viva el Caribe,
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 viva el Caribe.
viva el Caribe.
Everybody, let me see you jump up. Oh yeah, up. Viva el Caribe,
Viva el Caribe,
viva el Caribe,
viva el Caribe,
viva el Caribe.
You are Nancy. I said, who that the king of the jungle? Yeah. You are Nancy. I said, who that the king of the jungle? You are Nancy. I said, who that the king of the jungle? Yeah. You are Nancy. Smarter, smarter. De pandan, poca que coca. De pandan, poca que coca. De pandan, poca que coca. De pandan, poca que coca.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is fine and well on this Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much for your time and interest in wanting to learn more about Belize. My name is Darren Devines, Vice President of Destination Representation with an agency called Fin Partners. And we're the representation agency for the Belize Tourism Board in the UK, France, and Germany. We appreciate everyone's extremely busy, especially during these times, and we value your time and we want to make sure it is extremely worthwhile, and it is because we're going to be talking about Belize this afternoon. I am joined by my colleague. Her name is Freddie Softley. She's the Senior Account Manager for the Belize account with us, and
Hi,
the
everyone.
face of Belize. Freddie will be monitoring the chat function for any questions you may have, because obviously you will have questions and we want to be in a position to answer them. So we'll do all the questions towards the end of the presentation. In the meantime, I would love to introduce my extended colleagues live and direct from Belize. We have Debbie and Yana, both from the Belize Tourism Board, and charged with dealing with the travel trade for Belize. So Debbie and Yana, over to you to talk to everyone about beautiful Belize.
Hi everyone, I'm Debbie.
And I'm Jana. And today we're going to be sharing some amazing information about Belize. Belize is a fantastic and diverse destination with lush rainforests, ancient Maya sites, beautiful beaches, and incredible diving. not to mention the laid-back Caribbean hospitality. Today, you're going to be learning about why your customers will want to experience Belize, who among your customers are most likely to visit, how they would get to Belize, how you can book your client's dream Belize getaway, and finally, if you're lucky, what extra perks are in it for you.
Okay, so in 20 minutes, I can't do Belize nearly the justice it deserves, but I'll give you some key things to see, do, and experience to help spark your customers' interest. So firstly, let's start with some fast facts about Belize. Belize is located in Central America, bordering with Mexico to our north and Guatemala to the west and south, and then the Caribbean Sea resting to the east side. This location results in expanses of dense jungles dotted with Maya temples, glorious beaches, and a mixture of ethnicities. Belize is about the size of Wales with the lowest population density in Central America, 35 people maximum per mile. Belize is split into 7 distinct regions. These are Northern Belize, North Islands, Central Coast, Western Belize, Southeast Coast, Southern Belize, and Belize Reef. So now we have a background about what Belize is most famous for. Now, with one foot in the Central American jungles and the other in the Caribbean Sea, although a small nation, Belize is packed with islands, adventure, and culture. Belize is truly a destination that you have to experience to be believed. Belize is extremely passionate about preserving the natural habitats of its native species, as well as the historical and cultural remnants of its ancestors. So much so, to give you an idea of how many protected sites this relatively small country has, should give you some insights into how spectacular Belize is. You're gonna find 8 marine reserves, 5 natural monuments, including the Great Blue Hole and Half Moon Key, 17 national parks, 3 nature reserves, 7 wildlife sanctuaries, 16 forest reserves, 11 spawning aggregation zones, 7 bird sanctuaries, and 15 archaeological reserves. Belize is perfect for families, couples, individuals who enjoy wildlife, marine life, discovering new cultures, and explorers who like to travel off the beaten path in beautiful nature sceneries. Even though Belize is a small country, roughly the size of Wales, it has a huge network of national parks and wildlife sanctuaries, brimming with exotic species such as spider monkeys, bright green iguanas, peccaries, over 500 species of birds, and even the occasional jaguar, plus a generous sprinkling of Maya sites, which you're never far from, making the curious place the right destination for unique and romantic getaways too. A combination of Maya, Creole, Mestizo, Garifuna, East Indian, Middle Eastern, Asian, and Central American people means visitors have an endless array of flavorful cuisines to choose from and a rich tapestry of musical songs to enjoy and to dance to, as you can hear, as you heard earlier in the music. Also, a brilliant display of local artwork and handicrafts are on sale all over the country. Cultural exploration in Belize isn't a must, it's inescapable. Belize also has marine treasures to offer, like 3 of the 4 coral atolls that exist in the Western Hemisphere, stunning diving and snorkeling, unique keys along the coastline, and much more.
Okay, before we continue, we actually would like to take a quick poll. So we'll go ahead and get the first polling question up on the screen. So, Would your clients be more drawn to the beach or inland aspect of Belize? We'll give you guys a couple seconds to get those answers in. Yeah, okay. All right, great. So we're getting a mixture of both. So that's fantastic. Thank you guys, and let's continue.
One thing is guaranteed in Belize, you won't be bored. What the country lacks in size, it more than makes up for in thrilling activities for wildlife lovers, adrenaline junkies, and adventure seekers. Popular pastimes include bird watching, hiking, horse riding, archaeology, zip lining, and water-based activities. You can find almost anything from locals and visitors, fishing, scuba diving, canoeing, kayaking, sailing, and enjoying other water sports. From the coast, Western Belize offers a wealth of activities for all kinds of explorers. Adventurous types will relish ziplining or cave tubing on the Caves Branch River at Nohoch Chain Archaeological Reserve, visiting St. Herman's Blue Hole National Park to see the turquoise limestone sinkhole, or horseback riding at the Mountain Pine Ridge Forest Reserve. For a thrill you'll remember for the rest of your lifetime, swim to the reserve's cave and hike through its subterranean passages. Of all the countries in the world, and despite its small size, Belize boasts the largest percentage of landmass dedicated to nature reserves and parks and preserves. Now, these tropical rainforests provides habitats for a wide range of animals, including jaguars, puma, ocelots, armadillos, tapir, and crocodiles. Belize has a bounty of rainforests and wildlife preserves where tourists can get up close with animals on land and underwater. The district of Corozal houses Shipstern Nature Reserve. That's a 22,000 acres of northern hardwood forest and mangrove coastline. Also in the north is the Rio Bravo Conservation Area, Belize's largest private reserve, which supports hundreds of birds and 12 endangered animal species. This conservation hero offers a tourist experience with minimal impact on the environment. The Coxcomb Basin Wildlife Sanctuary, that's Belize's first jaguar reserve, is located in the Coxcomb Basin range of the Maya Mountains in southeast Belize. A guided evening tour is the best way to see jaguars and pumas, both of which are native to Belize, plus other big cats. The Community Baboon Sanctuary is home to birds galore and chatty black howler monkeys. At Crooked Tree Wildlife Sanctuary, crocodiles, iguanas, turtles, coatis, and many bird species await. Visitors to Gladden Spit and Silky Marine Reserves may even spot whale sharks. Keep your eyes peeled for the colorful keel-billed toucan, which is Belize's national bird. We have the scarlet macaws and West Indian manatees too. The Technicolor Belize Barrier Reef stars a series of coral reefs that straddle the coastline for roughly 180 miles, home to 7 UNESCO-listed marine reserves, 400 keys, mangrove forests, and 3 of the Western Hemisphere's 4 coral atolls. Eco-loving Belize protects its natural gems. The reef is no longer on the list of threatened world heritage. Visitors are encouraged to explore sites such as the Great Blue Hole, the world's largest naturally formed underwater sinkhole, which can be admired underwater or from the skies above. Belize's crystalline waters and rainbow-colored reef, it reaps rich rewards for snorkelers and divers who can spot upside down jellyfish, octopus, dolphins, sharks, whales, and more. Reef protection programs are in place to protect the marine landscape and its myriad inhabitants. Local highlights include Glover's Reef Atoll, whose shallow lagoon is perfect for snorkeling, kayaking, and paddle boarding. Day trips usually include lunch at one of the smaller keys for a picnic-style pit stop. Belize has plenty of history and culture to be explored. Belize is home to one of the world's most mysterious civilizations, the ancient Maya, whose legendary legacy of art, science, and mathematics continues to amaze visitors today. The country's Maya sites count amongst the world's best, starting with popular Shenantonich, which means maiden of the rock or stone woman, just a few minutes drive from San Ignacio. Climb the original Maya structures and soak up the views from the top, which stretch all the way to the Guatemalan border. Other eye-widening Maya options include Altunja, which is 31 miles from Belize City, and Caracol on the western edge of the Maya Mountains within the Chiquibul rainforest. Immerse yourself in Belizean culture and have a blast, from chocolate making to Caribbean drumming. Join the diverse festivals or events that keep the country lively throughout the year. Many festivals focus on food, like the Placencia Lobster Festival in the Southeast Coast, for example. Others honor Belize's past, such as the Benque Fiesta, which celebrates the mestizo Maya cultures. You'll definitely make new friends at the Central Coast sociable, fun-loving Boral Boom horse race held Easter Monday. Whichever festival you choose, expect irresistible dancing, hip-swaying music, delicious food and drink, varied games, and beautiful costumes. To get a true taste of Belizean culture, experience life among the locals. Famously friendly, the Belize people love making visitors feel right at home. Start with the delicious food, which varies from region to region. In northern Belize, try mestizo dishes such as escabeche. That's an onion soup with fish, chicken, or other meat. On the coast, restaurants, sun-floored beach spots, and wooden barbecue shops offer everything from seafood to local favorites like fried jacks for breakfast. If you're looking for variety, Placencia has the highest density of restaurants in Belize. Look for traditional Garifuna dishes like hudut, which is a fish soup with plantain balls, or cassava dumplings. The West is the home of Belizean street food. So take your pick from Creole, Central American, Mexican, barbecue, Chinese, or Indian. The twin towns of San Ignacio and Santa Elena are well known for delicious barbecue. So as Belize is a pretty adventurous destination, your customers are going to have quite a bit of busy schedule. So it's pretty lucky that Belize can appeal to those who want to relax after a few days of sightseeing as well. Not only does Belize have a beautiful long stretch of mainland coastline, but we also have over 400 islands and islets that stud the barrier reef. Belize's islands are known as keys. That's pronounced C-A-Y-E-S. Sorry, that's C-A-Y-E-S, but it's pronounced keys, like keys that you open the door with. And our keys are very popular to tourists. Now, these keys have some of the best beaches in the country, and there are also a few on the mainland, most of which have been dubbed barefoot perfect. Our must-see keys and beaches are on screen. We have Ambergris Key, Turnef Atoll, Placencia, Hopkins, Tobacco Key, Southwater Key, Key Cocker, Silk Key, Sapodilla Key, Laughing Bird Key, Glover's Reef Atoll. Belize goes through two distinct seasons. We have the dry season from December through May, and the wet season from June to November, with a global average temperature of 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 26.7 degrees Celsius. But it's sunny all the time and truly is a year-round destination. Experienced travelers have a lot of free time. They love new,
video isn't coming up.
they
So
love,
I've pressed but
They-
my screen doesn't come up.
sorry,
No.
I think I'm hearing a background speaking. So yes, I was saying, sorry, experienced travelers have a lot of free time. They love new
It just says next
experiences
slide, notes.
and taking trips off the beaten path and have a bucket list to complete. So if short on time, there is still lots to see and experience within the destination's small footprints. Now, adventurous like activities, adrenaline, and discovery. Have money, imagination, want a full schedule, and if needs be, a thirst for pushing their active limits. Obviously, Belize is perfect for wildlife enthusiasts. They want up close and personal experiences with animals and a sense of adventure whilst doing it. They also have their own bucket list of animals to see whilst visiting. There are currently no flights to the UK. Try this one. Yeah. From Belize. However, it's also possible to fly with Copa Airlines via Panama or British Airways. British Airways offer direct flights to Mexico, and domestic carrier Tropicare operates direct daily flights from Cancun to Belize. So same-day connections are also available coming back to the UK from Belize via the US. So what will traveling in Belize look like in this new COVID environment? Well, travelers will be comforted to know that based on proper management and containment efforts applied during the height of the pandemic, Belize has been able to enjoy over 50 days of a COVID-free environment. There are ongoing efforts that will offer vacation opportunities with minimal risk of contracting COVID while in Belize. In addition, with Belize having such low population density, the destination is well poised for post-COVID-19 travels. All travelers to Belize will be required to adhere to health and safety measures implemented by the government of Belize, including social distancing, hand sanitization, proper hygiene, and wearing of facial masks in public spaces. Now, what are some of the pre-travel arrangements to consider? All travelers coming to Belize will be required to download a Belize Health app and complete the required information within 72 hours of arrival in the country. The Belize Health app is not available as yet for download. However, once it goes live, there will be official communication from the government of Belize and the Belize Tourism Board on where the app can be found and instructions on how to use it. With this app, a QR code with a unique ID will be returned to the traveler and will be used for contact tracing while in Belize. Now, travelers are encouraged to take a COVID PCR test within 72 hours of travels to Belize. As part of the pre-travel process, the passengers should start booking their flights and hotels. Now, opening of hotels will be in a phased approach, and the first grouping of hotels that will be allowed to open include properties that have achieved the Tourism Gold Standard Certificate of Recognition, provide full service to guests. So this means that these hotels will be able to provide all the amenities so as to contain guests on the property and minimize opportunities for guest interaction within the local community. These amenities include having transportation to offer pickup or drop-off services from the airport, access to restaurant on properties, have a pool or access to beachfront. And they'll be able to provide isolated tours limited to guests of the property only. So passengers are therefore encouraged to book gold standard approved hotels, which I will talk about shortly. Now, upon arrival, these are the entry requirements. So passengers, let me just go over it real quick. Passengers will that provide a certification of a negative test result from a COVID-19 PCR test done within 72 hours of travel will be allowed immediate entry into Belize via a fast-track lane. Passengers that do not provide a negative COVID-19 test must test upon arrival in Belize at the passenger's expense. So it's gonna be a rapid test, which will take about 20 to 30 minutes. A negative test will allow entry to Belize. Now, passengers who test positive for COVID-19 at the Belize International Airport will be placed in a mandatory quarantine for a minimum of 14 days at the passenger's expense. Now, while in the country, all visitors to Belize will be required to wear a mask during the entire landing, deplaning, arrival process, and while inside the airport. They'll be required to undergo temperature checks using non-contact digital infrared thermometers or thermal imaging cameras. They must adhere to social distancing guidelines in all queues for health checks, immigrations, customs, inspections. Follow and respond to the comprehensive proactive contact tracing guidelines to facilitate appropriate and rapid response from health officials should COVID-19 symptoms develop. They must also utilize the sanitization stations to sanitize hands frequently and facilitate other health screening requirements on arrival. To meet the new health and safety challenges and expectations presented by COVID-19, the Belize Tourism Board recently launched the Tourism Gold Standard Recognition Program for hotels and tour operators alongside the country's national tourism guidelines. And this 9-point program seeks to enhance health and safety standards for cleaning practices, employees and guest interactions, workplace policies, and standard operating procedures. The goal is to instill confidence in both employees and travelers on the cleanliness and safety of Belize's hotels and restaurants while ensuring minimal impact on the guest experience. Now, for more information on the 9-point program, please visit our Tourism Board website at belizetourismboard.org. And if you navigate to the third option, which says Belize National Guidelines for Reopening and Enhanced Guidelines, that's where you're going to find this information. And I have it on the screen there as well. So it's Belize Tourism Board website, go to the resources tab, and then look for Belize National Guidelines for Reopening Accommodations.
Okay, here we have one more quick poll that we'd like to go ahead and launch. So this one, how do your clients feel about new policies being implemented by countries for travel? Okay, we have a mix of emotions here. Okay. All right.
Read it.
And we're gonna continue.
A whole host of tour operators offering different styles of Belize holidays. There'll be one to suit your specific customer's needs. Now, we're very excited to announce the launch of our new training model on OTT. You can find out all about Belize and discover why your customers will fall in love with this vibrant and tropical destination. We also have a Facebook group called Belize Travel Advisors and Friends, which we would love you to join. Here you will be able to learn about the positive things happening in Belize, interact directly with local hoteliers, tour operators, and other industry partners, share personal experiences about Belize, and simply engage in a positive environment. There is so much to learn about Belize, and now is the perfect time. In what is a difficult and uncertain time worldwide, we want to reassure you that we're still operating as usual, and Belize awaits you when you're ready to travel again. In light of tomorrow being celebrated as National Travel Agent Day, here's a little message for you. And that concludes our presentation for today. Please contact us at belize@finpartners.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Debbie and Jana. That was
Thank you, Debbie.
amazing. Very inspirational and a lot of useful information in there. Absolutely no doubt that we'll be sharing the presentation with the videos, both the one that was playing in the beginning, which has got full of amazing, colorful content and sounds, and it will become really useful, especially if you want to share with any potential clients for them to get a bit of a flavor of the destination in video format. And I think, Freddie, you've been monitoring the chat with any questions in there?
Yeah, so we've got a few questions. So the first one is from Patricia Pardy, what's the best currency to use in Belize?
Okay, well, US currency is accepted countrywide as well as the Belize dollars, of course.
And what's
Great.
the exchange rate?
The exchange is 1 US to 2 Belize dollars.
So nice and easy to convert.
Yeah.
We've got another one, which is, are the land borders to and from Guatemala fully open?
No, our borders for Guatemala and Mexico are not open as yet. It's only the international airport that will be opened on August 15th.
Okay. And then we've got another one from Nicola Gummer, who asks when the next phase of hotels, so for example, the guest houses, might be open and what protocols they will need to have in place.
Right now, Belize, okay, so August 15th will be the beginning of phase 3. Phase 4, we are not certain, but I know phase 5 is when tourism will fully be open. So we're not certain when the government will announce phase 5 of the opening. Right now, it's just limited to leisure, a few leisure travelers, people that have private yachts or private jets, you know, right now, and then cruise will be the last as well. So that we're seeing that in phase 5, but we don't have a date as yet.
Okay, but we will share, as soon as we have any more information, we can share with all of our trade partners as we get the information. And then the last one, Adam Walsh mentioned that he would like a hotel list. So we can send you the link to, there's lots of information on the Travel Belize website. There's a specific hotel and accommodation area of the website with a list by star rating, by different types of accommodation, so we can share all of that information with you in a follow-up email. And similarly, please let us know if you need any assets, videos, images, collateral, brochures. If you email belize@finpartners.com with any of your queries or asset requirements, then we can get those over to you as soon as possible. So that's it on the chat. If anyone has any other questions.
Freddie, I
Yeah.
just wanted to add to what you said about the opening of the airport. Sorry, the hotels.
Yeah.
The hotels also, like we mentioned, we are going to be posting all our gold standard hotels, because it will only be gold standard hotels that will be allowed to be open to international guests, to service international guests. So they have to be gold standard approved. Okay?
Yeah.
That will be on our website, and we'll share that information once it becomes available for us. Okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Great. So there have been some requests in the chat already for people, agents sharing their email addresses to receive information, which is great. We will distribute information through the OTT newsletters that we will be sending out regularly, and our very own newsletters as well. So just make sure you keep a check of our email address, which is belize@finpartners.com. Do try and join the Belize Travel Agents and Friends Facebook page that Debbie mentioned earlier, because on a daily basis, there's a lot of information going on there of various stakeholders and properties sharing experiences. And it's an opportunity to have that face-to-face, well, not face-to-face, but a direct link with some of the local stakeholders in the destination. So I think that's it. If there aren't any more questions, again, we're really grateful for the time you've taken to spend with us this afternoon. I hope it's been insightful and inspirational. And we're here for you all. And I know it's a very tricky time at the moment, but any form of support you need, please do reach out, let us know. We're always more than happy to help. Oh, I just saw a comment that just came up. What's the Belize Tourism email address you meant? It's the one that's on the screen right now. It's belize@finpartners.com. And that email will come through to the entire team here. Thank you, Freddie. Great. Well, thank you all for your time. Happy National Travel Agents Day for tomorrow. I hope it will be a very special Friday for everybody. Debbie and Jana, thank you so much for taking the time to spend with us this afternoon all the way in Belize. I hope you have an amazing day ahead of you. Freddie, you're amazing as always. And thank you to Julia and the rest of the team at OTT for hosting us this afternoon and making this possible. Thank you, everybody, and have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.